And this morning, services of Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp are back online after several hours of disruption that impacted millions of people worldwide. While the users of the three social media platforms remain clueless as they repeatedly received error messages, the stocks of Silicon Valley firm Facebook dropped by nearly 5% as a result. Facebook confirmed that its apps were coming back online, also put out an apology to its users for the outage that affected millions of people across the world. Our top story this Tuesday remains on the violence that broke out at Lakhimpur, Kheri over the weekend and the fallout of the same. 8 people were killed in the violence that broke out on Sunday in the Uttar Pradesh district. 2 FIRs have also been registered in the clash which broke out after an SUV allegedly ran over a group of anti-farm law protesters, killing 4 people. The convoy allegedly had Union Minister Ajay Mishra Kheri's son, Ashish Mishra, in the vehicle. 4 more people were killed in the violence that followed. The Yogi Adityanath government has ordered an investigation by a retired High Court judge, and the move has been criticized by the opposition, who've demanded an investigation by a sitting judge. And let's also cut across to the breaking news that's coming in this morning. In a shocking video that's been tweeted by AAP leader Sanjay Singh, in fact shows farmers protesting in Lakhimpur being run over by a car. This image could likely be the trigger for violence. You see on your screens a fresh video that's emerged. This has been put out by AAP Sanjay Singh. You can see a car actually running over some of the protesters. This was the allegation made by the protesting farmers that the convoy which ran over them was that of Union Minister Ajay Mishra's son Ashish Mishra. Many reportedly died in this incident, and that's what triggered also the clashes, the violence that broke out. So this video will come as fresh proof in the investigation that again you saw this kind of a brazen attempt to murder the protesters. This convoy, you can see the vehicle just not stopping, ramming and going right through them full speed, and several protesters were run over in this particular incident. And after that, you saw the violence breaking out. So investigation will reveal on whether this really was the trigger and whether this turned the peaceful farm protest in Lakhimpur Kheri into a violent, bloody one. This is the footage that's now emerged from Sunday, where you can see a vehicle in fact coming. You see several of the farmers walking with their flags. None of them seem to be aware that the vehicle is coming full speed. They just about turn around, where you see the car ramming into them full speed, going forward, not even stopping, after running over many of these protesters. Now the farmer leaders and those who were present for this protest maintain that that convoy was part of Union Minister Ajay Mishra's son, Ashish Mishra. So a new video of the carnage that led to the death of 8 people in Lakhimpur Kheri has complicated the blame game even further. Questions remain over what really triggered the flare-up in Lakhimpur, and India today has tried to piece together a timeline of the events that led to the violence.
A reckless convoy, violence, and 8 deaths. An account of what happened in Lakhimpur Kheri differs from person to person. The farmers allege convoy that included the car of Union Minister of State for Home, Ajay Mishra's son, Ashish Mishra, trampled the protesters, killing 4 farmers. 4 more were killed in the violence that broke out after this. India today went on the ground to piece together what exactly took place. On Sunday, Deputy CM Keshav Prasad Maurya was on a tour of Lakhimpur Kheri. 9:30 a.m. the farmers started to gather. They parked their tractor at the Tikonia helipad in Lakhimpur. The protesters had called farmers from Lakhimpur and other districts of Terai region to join. 10 a.m. the farmers began raising slogans against the government. The Kisan Morcha had given a call to lay siege to the convoy of Deputy CM and Union Minister Ajay Mishra Teni. 12 noon, Deputy CM Maurya reaches Lakhimpur to lay foundation stone of government projects in Vandan Garden. He reached by road after changing his earlier plan to take a helicopter. Around 1:30 p.m., Maurya and Mishra left for Banvirpur. 2:20 p.m., Maurya reaches the Nighasan guest house. He is scheduled to attend a prize ceremony for winners of a dangal held on October 2nd at a primary school in Tikunia. 3 p.m., cars are sent to receive the ministers. These vehicles are said to belong to Ashish Mishra, son of Union Minister Ajay Mishra. 3:30 p.m. On the way, farmers started protesting in Tikunia. This led to a clash between the BJP supporters and the protesting farmers. Later, it was alleged that Ashish Mishra ran over the farmers, causing the death of 4 people. 4 p.m. Violence breaks out after the death of 4 farmers. 4 people, including the driver of the BJP leader, dies in the violence. 6:30 p.m. Additional forces are deployed to the area. The IG also reaches the spot. 8 p.m. Internet services are barred in the area. Borders are sealed, restricting political leaders from reaching the location. A case was later registered against Union Minister's son, Ashish Mishra, at the Tikunia police station. The minister has rejected the charges.
किसानों के साथ खड़े हुए कुछ उपद्रवी तत्वों ने हमारी इन गाड़ियों पर हमला किया। यकबकक हमला होने से वो गाड़ियां रुक गईं। उसके बाद खींच करके हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं की लाठी डंडों और तलवारों से पीट करके हत्या की गई और उसके बाद उन्होंने हत्या करने के बाद गाड़ियों को सड़क से नीचे खाई में धकेला गया, उनको जलाया गया। कार्यकर्ताओं को पीटते हुए लगातार यह भी प्रयास किया गया कि आप कहिए कि मंत्री जी ने आपको कहा कि इनके ऊपर गाड़ी चढ़ा दो।
The minister's son Ashish Mishra claims he was not in Tikunia when the incident took place.
मैं सुबह 9 बजे से लेकर के, बल्कि यूं कहें कि कल परसों वाले दिन मैं लखीमपुर से बनवीरपुर गया था। परसों से लेकर के आज इतने टाइम तक हम बनवीर ही पुर में रहे, बनवीरपुर से बाहर भी नहीं निकले।
जिन गाड़ियों में एक्सीडेंट हुआ उसमें आप थे?
नहीं, हम नहीं थे। सुबह 9 बजे से लेके शाम को समापन तक का प्राथमिक विद्यालय, प्राथमिक पाठशाला बनवीरपुर, जहां पर हर साल दंगल का आयोजन होता है, वहां पर मैं था।
On Monday, the administration and farmers reached a settlement. The government has announced 45 lakh rupees in compensation to families of the deceased farmers. 10 lakh rupees will be given to the injured. The government will also appoint a committee headed by a judge to investigate the case. With Abhishek Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's also get to all the latest political reactions coming in over the Lakhimpur violence. You had, in fact, Congress workers across the country holding multiple protests as the party's General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is in detention in a PAC guest house in Sitapur. Congress workers staged overnight protests outside the guest house where Priyanka has been held. She was detained in the early hours of Monday when she was on her way to Lakhimpur Kheri to support the farmers. Former UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav is also under detention and was stopped from going to the site. Again, not allowed to enter the district. The opposition is demanding the resignation of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Section 144 has been imposed in the area because the situation on the ground remains tense. A large police contingent has been deployed in Lakhimpur Kheri as well. No politician being allowed in.
यूपी में बार-बार हो रहा है कि सरकार विपक्ष के किसी दल या किसी नेता को कहीं भी पहुंचने नहीं दे रहे जहां अन्याय हो रहा है। यह हाथरस के मामले में भी हुआ, आप लोगों ने देखा, अब किसानों के मामले में हो रहा है। पिछले 5 घंटे से घूम रहे, हर तरफ बैरिकेड है। अब हम अस्पताल पहुंचे जहां बॉडीज का पोस्टमार्टम होना था, पर इतना जल्दी में पोस्टमार्टम करके बॉडीज से को यहाँ से भेज दिया गया। इतना जल्दी करने का एक ही कारण है कि कल प्रधानमंत्री लखनऊ में एक कार्यक्रम में आ रहे हैं।
आम आदमी पार्टी के सांसद संजय सिंह जी वहाँ गए, उनको गिरफ्तार किया गया। दिल्ली के अंदर आज आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ से हम यहाँ जंतर मंतर पे कैंडल मार्च के लिए इसीलिए इकट्ठा हुए हैं कि हम चाहते हैं कि पहली चीज़ तो कि गिरफ्तारी हो, दूसरा उन लोगों को जो है न्यायिक जांच हो, और जो भाजपा के मंत्री हैं उनके खिलाफ भी कार्रवाई हो, उनको कंपनसेशन दिया जाए। क्योंकि ये घटना ऐसी है कि अगर इस पर आवाज नहीं उठाई गई तो सरकार अब निरंकुशता की तरफ बढ़ रही है। सरकार एक दहशत फैला रही है।
Outside the PSC campus, Congress workers camping in the night. Inside, Priyanka Gandhi has been holed up. She's there since the morning when the police brought her here, kept under detention, and you can see the banners and the posters. Congress workers sitting, perhaps the dinner, you can see the dinner also here, sitting here on the road. This is the makeshift camp as far as tonight is concerned. Apparently Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been insisting that she should be allowed to go to Lakhimpur Kheri, and for that reason the police is not keen on releasing her. But you can see Congress workers also held a candlelight campaign in solidarity with the farmers. On the gates there are banners condoling the death of the farmers, and perhaps even as the BJP has accused Priyanka Gandhi Vadra of politicizing the issue, it is unlikely that Priyanka is going to back out from her demand of going to Lakhimpur Kheri to visit the victims' families, and the administration hell-bent on not allowing that, citing law and order problem. It seems to be a deadlock that's not going to end anytime soon. With video journalist and Aryan, this is Mosman Singh in Sitapur.
So the blood politics continues to rage on over 8 dead bodies. Lakhimpur Kheri has become a huge rallying point for the opposition. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Akhilesh Yadav, all of them tried to reach Lakhimpur but were detained. Now on the back foot, the BJP government in the state has appealed for calm and has called netas making a beeline for Lakhimpur as political tourists.
Lakhimpur is simmering. Amidst a dramatic escalation in poll-bound UP, an all-out political war has erupted. The opposition, sensing an opportunity to corner Chief Minister Yogi, has tried to make a beeline for the troubled spot, but met with Yogi government's no entry to Lakhimpur policy. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was detained in Sitapur, but not before giving a piece of her mind to the UP cops.
तुम्हारे प्रदेश में नहीं होगा, इस देश में कानून है। प्लीज कुछ नहीं, तुमने मुझे ढकेल के तुम यहाँ लाए हो, मुझे जबरदस्ती ले जा रहे हो और तुम्हारा कोई हक नहीं है, समझे? या तो आप एक अरेस्ट का वारंट निकालिए, हथकड़ी लगाओ, चलो, मुझे बिल्कुल मंजूर है, लेकिन बगैर किसी वारंट के, बगैर किसी ऑर्डर के, यहाँ पे भीड़ नहीं है, 144 है, 4 लोग, हम 2 लोग हैं। बताओ किस आधार पर मुझे रोक रहे हो?
Priyanka was later seen sweeping the floor of the Sitapur guest house.
It is not at all mishandling. It is complete politics. The way the government is behaving with the farmers, they are actually playing politics. When we raise our voice in support of the farmers, it is because the farmers are suffering.
Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav had a dramatic face-off with Lucknow police, staging a sit-in protest outside his house after being blocked from leaving for Lakhimpur.
आपके घर के बाहर थाने के सामने गाड़ी जला दी गई है, गाड़ी धू-धू करती हुई जलती दिखाई दे रही है।
अगर थाने के सामने जली है तो पुलिस ने जलाई होगी। अगर पुलिस वाले जला रहे हैं वो इसलिए जला रहे हैं कि आंदोलन कमजोर हो जाए।
रोक लगाई है, यही तो कहा है।
Cops even stopped the BSP's senior leader and close Mayawati aide Satish Chandra Mishra.
इन्होंने हमको एक नोटिस दिया है, जो कि उस नोटिस में ये लिखा गया है कि आप लखीमपुर में जो आपका जाने का प्रोग्राम है उसको स्थगित कर दिए, क्योंकि वहाँ पर किसी भी पार्टी को और किसी भी पार्टी के नेता को वहाँ जाने की इजाज़त नहीं है और वहाँ जाने नहीं दिया जाएगा। कानून व्यवस्था को ध्यान में रखते हुए क्योंकि ये अंदेशा है कि इससे कानून व्यवस्था बिगड़ सकती है।
Meanwhile, ex-chief of the Punjab Congress Navjot Singh Sidhu was taken into custody while trying to stage a dharna in Chandigarh against the Lakhimpur incident.
बीजेपी ਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ 60% ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨ ਦੀ ਰੀੜ ਦੀ ਹੱਡੀ ਸੱਤਿਆਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਡਾਂਗਾ ਨਾ ਕੁੱਟੋ ਕਰੋ ਦੇਸ਼ਦਰੋਹ ਦਾ ਪਰਚਾ ਦਰਜ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਗੁਨਾਹ ਹੈ?
The UP government also denied permission for the new Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Channi and Chhattisgarh's Bhupesh Baghel to travel to the trouble spot.
ये असली चेहरा ये है कि लाठियां भौंजो, गोलियां दागो, गाड़ियों से रौंद दो, आग लगा दो, खत्म कर दो। ये सही मायने में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की चेहरे अब सामने आया है देश के।
Meanwhile, AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi will be meeting families of the victims to show solidarity.
So far, the arrests have not been made, and I'm sure that if the investigation is done by the Uttar Pradesh police, that investigation will not be fair, it will be completely biased. It is high time that the Modi government withdraws these 3 farm laws.
Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh, Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad too was stopped from meeting the families. Amidst this all-out face-off, the Yogi government has pledged justice and urged peace.
आदरणीय योगी जी पर विश्वास करना चाहिए और लोगों को शांति का माहौल बनाए रखना चाहिए। ये जो घटना घटित हुई है इसको राजनीतिक टूल नहीं देना चाहिए।
Lakhimpur turning into another ugly flashpoint in the all-important 2022 poll clash in India's most politically crucial state.
The politics has emerged over the violence in Lakhimpur Kheri, with the opposition leader denied permission to the district and have been detained by the police. Be it Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav detained in Eco Garden, Priyanka Gandhi Vatra in Sitapur and others in Lucknow. It looks like that the opposition is going to take it further, questioning the government over what happened in Lakhimpur. In Lucknow with cameraman Amit Raj, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
Trouble mounts for Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, and the other arrested accused have now been remanded to NCB custody till October 7th. The anti-drug agency has also arrested a drug peddler whose name cropped up in the WhatsApp chats of Aryan as well as his close friend Arbaz. NCB is now investigating the link between them and this alleged drug peddler.
Shah Rukh Khan's 23-year-old son Aryan Khan is in more trouble. Mumbai's Esplanade Court has sent Aryan to NCB custody till October 7th. The NCB has also got custody of Aryan's friend Arbaz Seth Merchant, Munmun Dhamicha and 5 other accused for the same period. While denying them bail, the court observed that Aryan was accompanying other accused who had drugs with them at the time of arrest. Hence, their custody is imperative for the investigation.
वो लोग मेहमान थे, शिप के अंदर बुलाया गया था, ये लोग बाहर ही थे, शिप एंटर भी नहीं किए थे, इनके पास ना बोर्डिंग पास है ना कुछ टिकट है, इनको बुलाया गया था, जो भी बरामद हुआ शिप के भीतर बरामद हुआ है, कार्यवाही चालू है, इसीलिए आज कोर्ट ने वक्त लिया है और कोर्ट वी हैव फुल फेथ इन द जुडिशरी.
Apart from the NCB's claim that they have incriminating evidence in Aryan's phone in the form of pictures, the arrest of Shreyas Nair, allegedly a celebrity peddler and a close friend of Aryan, has further raised suspicion. Nair's name first cropped up in the investigation following the scrutiny of WhatsApp chats between Aryan and Arbaz. Nair was nabbed from Mumbai's Jogeshwari with commercial quantity of MDMA, a synthetic drug worth 5 lakh rupees. He allegedly supplied drugs to as many as 25 people on the cruise. The orders for drugs were allegedly made through the darknet using cryptocurrency. The new revelations spell trouble for Aryan. If convicted of consumption of drugs, Shah Rukh Khan's son faces 1 year in jail. With Arvind Ojha, Pankaj Upadhyay and Divyesh in Mumbai. Bureau Report. India Today.
Now, as Aryan Khan and the other accused have been sent to NCB custody till October 7th in the cruise drug bust case, a political spat, interestingly, has erupted over the issue. You had Congress leader Sachin Pilot demanding a probe by a Supreme Court judge in the seizure of drugs worth 21,000 crore rupees at the Mundra port in Gujarat last month. Pilot alleged that the BJP government of Gujarat is trying to suppress the issue. BJP MLA Basnagowda Yatnal has also demanded an investigation, saying that drugs is an organized crime like Taliban. He said that it is targeted to affect the Hindu youth of the country. The MLA also went on to say that the agenda of drug mafias is to reduce the Hindu population. The court has extended Aryan's and other accused NCB custody till October 7th. The court hearing both sides said the custody is needed for a more detailed and thorough investigation.
21,000 करोड़ रुपए के ड्रग्स बरामद हुए मुंद्रा पोर्ट गुजरात के अंदर। किस तरह उस पूरे खबर को दबाया गया। अखिल भारतीय कांग्रेस कमेटी ने कई मर्तबा इस मुद्दे को उठाया। नौजवान पीढ़ी को नशे की लत में धकेलने की तरफ जो कदम उठ रहे हैं उसको रोकने के लिए हम लोगों ने डिमांड करी है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सिटिंग जज इसकी जांच करें, क्योंकि गुजरात सरकार कभी इसकी तह तक पहुंच सके ऐसा हम लोगों को संभव दिखाई नहीं देता है।
ಡ್ರಗ್ಸು ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವಜನಾಂಗವನ್ನು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ತಾಲಿಬಾನಿಗಳ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಏನು ನಡೆದದಲ್ಲ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಯೋತ್ಪಾದನೆ ಅದರದೊಂದು ಭಾಗ. ಹಿಂದೂ ಯುವಕರನ್ನ ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಲಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಯೌವನನ್ನೇ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದೂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಪುಂಸಕತ್ವ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಹಿಂದೂ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಈ ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್ ಮಾಫಿಯಾದ ಆ ದುರ್ದೈವನಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸಹಿತ ಎಷ್ಟು AVP ಇವತ್ತು ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಪರಿಷತ್ತು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹೋರಾಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಗೃಹ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಗೃಹ ಮಂತ್ರಿ